Hey, what's up everybody, welcome back to this commentary playthrough that I am doing for the HD Remastered edition of Final Fantasy X. And it is finally time to take on the Dark Aeons, and I've decided to kind of split this into two halves. I would consider there to be like an easy set of Dark Aeons and a difficult set of Dark Aeons. And for the difficult set I have made sure that I have most of my stats maxed, which I discussed in the previous part. But for the easier ones, I just want to prove to you that you do not need to have completely maxed out stats in order to do it. So what I've done is loaded up an old save where my stats look like this. So Tidus, Waka and Riku still have quite a long way to go before they hit 255 for strength, defense and magic defense. So if you notice, they have low luck. Even Tidus, who I've raised a little bit, is still very low compared to where we need to be. I did say to take the Dark Aeons on safely, you're probably looking at either 85 or 114 luck. So these guys are a long way away. So the only thing that's really looking good is the agility, which is pretty much the maximum that we need it to be, because it's over 170. And if you're wondering why 170 agility is enough, then you should probably watch the stat maxing episodes. So yeah, using these three, I will take on some of the easier Dark Aeons just to prove to you that you do not need to do any grinding before you defeat those. And then we will get to the more difficult ones, and for that I will I will load up my save that has the 255 stats, and then we will take those guys on as well. So just before I head in, I like to have some healing waters available to me so I can quickly heal. And I think you can get like 16 of those by bribing these guys, and I think it's 116,000 gil. So you can either steal them from Adamantoises, or you can just bribe this guy. So let's do that. And this should be enough to get me through, I think. Okay, let's buy some Phoenix Downs, because we are going to be making use of those a lot. Because we don't have max stats, we're not going to be able to defend against most of the attacks from Dark Aeons. So we're going to die pretty often. Okay, let's get Overdrive into Comrade mode, because we're going to be taking a lot of damage from these guys. Equipment wise, obviously Celestial weapons are a must, because they have very high defense, so using regular weapons is not going to be the best idea. The only thing that's going to suffer, obviously, is overdrives, because they don't have the ignore defense property. The overdrives aren't going to quite be doing as much damage as we'd like, which is not good, because we're going to have to rely on overdrives quite a lot. So you'll see how it plays out once I actually begin fighting them. So armor-wise, hopefully you watched the episode on Ultimate Armors, but Riku has the Ultimate Armor, and these two have slightly, well, not slightly, much easier to get alternatives that aren't as good, but should be enough to get the job done. Okay, let's just sort the equipment out a little bit so I can mix a bit more easily, because I'm going to be mixing a few little things here. Gamba Spirit. Okay. Because it's going to waste a lot of time in the battle if I'm constantly scrolling through. Yeah, that should pretty much be enough. Because I'm not going to use this save anyway, I'm going to load up the better save for the other stuff. It's not too important. Okay, that should be enough. So let's head towards the first Dark Aeon, who even with these stats is still very easy. You could probably take it on at half these stats and probably still get away with it. And we're back to Besaid once more. And this time, once we're done with Dark Valefor, we'll finally be able to get back into the village, which would be nice. I know a lot of people have said in the past, you know, you can revisit the temples for extra scenes, and even though I've mentioned it a few times, I'll mention it again. Once I defeat Dark Valefor, I'll gain access to the Besaid Temple, and once I defeat Shiva, I'll gain access to the... Actually, let me customize it for Riku, for Lulu, because I can't be bothered to keep changing my weapon for no encounters. So what was I saying? Like I said, once I've defeated Dark Shiva, then I will gain access to the Makalani Temple. So then I will, once I'm done defeating all of the Dark Aeons, that's when I'll do the whole, revisit temples and that kind of stuff. Because like I've said before, I plan to do like a whole sweep of Spira to see if there's any additional little scenes or conversations that I've missed, and probably that I haven't even seen before, because once I defeat the Dark Aeons and Penance, I consider my playthrough done, and I don't bother going back to it again. But when it comes to Dark Aeons, your first port of call should be Dark Valefor, and you'll be surprised at how easy it is compared to the rest of them. So even just after you've done the game, if you can beat Omega in the Omega Ruins, then you can probably beat Dark Valefor as well. But obviously, the higher your stats are, the quicker it will be. You can even defeat Dark Valefor using no Sphere Grid and no summoning, but you have to be very lucky in order to do it. When I did it for no Sphere Grid, I obviously summoned and used Anima. Okay, let me save beforehand just in case something goes wrong. When it's live commentary, anything can happen. But I know for sure that I can defeat Valefor, Ifrit, Ixion, Shiva, and the Dark Magus Sisters individually. But Dark Bahamut, Dark Yojimbo, and Dark Anima, they will be too difficult without raising luck. So I'll have to come back for those guys. So consider these guys the low-level Dark Aeons, because even if your stats are maxed, if you have low luck, then it's going to be very difficult. It's going to take a lot longer. Right. I should be good to go. I know this scene was a surprise to a lot of people that faced Dark Valefor for the first time, because obviously you have no idea where the Dark Aeon is going to pop out from if you haven't seen any guides. Father Zook? That's what I thought at first, but it's not.
Infidel! Prepare to charge!
Oh boy, here we go, the first Dark Aeon. So I guess a question might be, what are the Dark Aeons in terms of the story? Why do they exist? There is no official answer. All we know is obviously they seem to be summoned by Yevonites and members of the temple. So I'm assuming that once we became traitors of Yevon, then you know, the temples that probably have people that can summon these guys have, you know, these dark versions that are ultra powerful in order to try and stop us. So that's probably the best bet. They're just it's just the dark side of Yevon really trying to take us out because we've become traitors. Okay, so let's talk about Dark Valefor. He has 800,000 HP, so even compared to what we've seen in the monster arena, it's not very impressive at all. His luck stat is 48, so that means he will be able to evade your attacks if you haven't done any luck maxing. So you will be able to hit him, but not very consistently. But his defense is only 120, and obviously, well, your celestial weapons ignore it anyway, so once you're around, I think it's like 140-ish strength, you should be able to hit him for maximum damage. So that is it will literally take you 9 hits. But your only problem is because your luck is low, you'll be unlikely to hit him. But since Tidus is a little bit better, he should be okay. But you can see even Waka with his fairly low luck, he can deal with it as well. Now what you need to watch out for is that this Valefor uses Energy Ray as a normal attack 25% of the time. So he can use Energy Ray as a normal attack, and his overdrive is Energy Blast. And at lower levels, Energy Ray can take out your entire party, so you need to make sure that you have Auto Life ready so that you don't get yourself in trouble. So he didn't use it, but his regular attack is still too strong. So because I've only just completed the Sphere Grid and done nothing extra, I don't have the ability to defend against that attack. Well, I guess if I did defend, I pressed triangle, then I probably would have survived it, but it's not that important. But honestly, this is how easy Dark Valefor is. You just need a decent amount of agility and a decent amount of strength, and that's pretty much it. You're done. And just use Hyper Mighty Guard, just in case. I guess let's see Energy Blast anyway, just so we can, so it's not a complete kind of blaze through. Right, let's wait for it. But because its agility is low as well, I think its agility is like 105, something like that. So because its agility is low, we get plenty of attacks in between, so we can always prepare nicely for what's coming next. So Energy Blast hits hard. But it has no dispelling of auto-life properties, so it's fine. If you're at lower levels, or even lower levels, then I guess Waka's attack reels can help as well. And because Dark Valefor's defense is pretty low, attack reels can hit quite hard, so at around 200 strength, let's see what it can do. That's a joke. So I didn't even show you guys that because it would have been too embarrassing, but yes, you can kill Dark Valefor with a single attack reels. I know. So Dark Valefor is very easy. And now you can enter Besaid. Okay, we've got a Grand Slam.
Stay away from the summoner! You're a bad man!
So we get to hear those legendary lines once again. Okay, so now we have access to Besaid, and you really do want access to Besaid if you want to get your Platinum Trophy. But we'll talk about what goodies are available in Besaid once I come back to it, once I'm done with the Dark Aeons. So for now, that's it. We're going to move on to Dark Ifrit.